Yeah, we filmed something for a project.
Yeah.
The tone of the day was to face some fears. You know, first I got to talk about this snake. It was a 5'6" rattlesnake. This snake comes out of the Gatorade tub, and this dude is having a time trying to get it to fucking chill out.
And meanwhile, its tail is going.
It's
like, and it's like,
but he milks the snake. I held its tail. It was pretty gross. Yeah, the venom was, I don't know, it was like a quarter shot of alcohol. And he's like, yeah, this could kill 6 people. You know, then it was time for us to do the dares. I put like some hissing cockroaches on my face. And then we did a tarantula, and they put it on my crotch. I just didn't care at that point. So then the big hero moment is they tell it. I find out earlier in the day.
Can I say it because I
Yeah.
I didn't know what was
It's
happening, so I
gonna
wanna
be
say it
better.
from my perspective.
Yeah. Perfect.
Noel knew what was going on. I didn't for some reason. Did they just like tell you when you got to set?
Yeah, someone mentioned it to me.
Okay. I was like, I don't know why you guys are pranking me. What are we doing though? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of like got like sort of a wry smile on set, and they're like, oh, just wait. And so we meet up with this woman. She's like, you know, ranch lady. She's wearing like jeans and a hat, and she's like, come on, boys, like, let's get dirty or something like that. And so we're like, okay. We walk up, and there's a cow like tied up to a railing, and she's holding a big bottle. She's also holding these giant gloves that are the length of an arm. Plastic gloves, right?
Yeah.
And so she puts one of these things on, and she's like, all right, lube me up. And I was like, what do you mean this is lube? Why do you need this much lube? And she's like, just dump a whole bunch of lube in my hand. And so I was like, okay. And I poured a bunch of lube. Like, she's like, more lube. And this thing, like, by this point, this fist is lubed up.
Yeah. No, it's literally a chalice of lube.
Yeah.
In her hand.
Yeah. And so she then makes this shape and pulls the cow's tail up and just dives directly into this thing's asshole. Right? She's up to her wrist right now in this cow's body. And then we're looking at each other like, oh my God. And then she just goes all the way and just pushes her entire arm all the way inside this cow, up to her fucking shoulder.
And I have to note that the whole time she's doing this, the cow keeps like shifting and moving. And she's like, oh, easy. Yeah, and she's just moving with it.
Yeah.
They're the human centipede.
Yeah.
So she's shoulder
deep in this thing, and she's describing like the medical benefits of doing this procedure, or like the reason why you'd even do it in the first place. It's to like feel like the pregnant, her uterus basically when she's pregnant, or you like can feel all their organs and shit, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's to like keep track of the cow, make sure it's healthy when it's pregnant, and so on and so forth.
She's just talking to us about its organs. She's like, you can feel everything. It's really amazing. I'm like, that's great.
as she's arm deep in this
in this cow ass. So after the lady gives us this beautiful speech about internal organs, she unsleeves her hand from the asshole, and it is covered in cow shit. It is covered in cow shit.
I cannot explain to you how gross that moment was.
I don't think you need to explain an arm covered in cow shit.
Liquid cow shit.
Dude, and
this is shit deep in the colon. This is like shit before it actually forms and becomes solid. It's just like green.
I'm gonna puke. I can remember
she
it.
She pulled that shit.
Dude.
She pulled that shit up. And I took one look at her arm and took one little smell like that. I went like this. Oh. And I'm standing there like literally for 5 minutes on the verge of puking.
Shut the fuck up.
So that is actually an important distinction.
No, wait. And you're forgetting what she did after her arm came.
What did she do?
She fucking turns to me.
Yeah.
She fucking pulls her arm out. Now she's cupping, oh my God, a handful of shit. She's cupping a handful of shit. She turns to me and gestures the handful of shit to me and goes, you're going to get a little poop on your hand. Shut up. Shut the
I'm
fuck.
seriously thinking about this. Actually, it's just bringing back every.
So
feeling.
now me and Cody are dry heaving, like, whatever. So then fast forward, after seeing all that, I still put the glove on. Cody's now is like, put the lube in your hand, put the lube in your hand, and he dumps it into my hand, trying to egg me on.
I lubed my boy up.
So, so then she like preps my glove. I get next to the cow. She pulls up the tail. My hand is like on the, and mind you, the shit is green. So I'm about to go in, and then I back out. I'm like, whoa. I turn away and I go, oh, it's just like reaching in a can of pesto. All right, I can do this. I go back up to the asshole, and I make
you looked at.
I made the mistake because like I'm thinking like this is like a moment of bravery. So I'm gonna look this monster in the eyes. I look at the asshole.
This asshole looked like Meat Canyon drew it.
Yeah. It is.
It was so gigantic and
Yeah.
just like it was like a human's asshole, just exaggerated times 5,000.
Oh yeah, no, it looked like the Eye of Sauron made of ham.
Yeah.
It was fucking gross, dude. So I was like, I'm brave if I look at it, right? And my bravery so quickly disappeared. I'm like, what am I doing? I had an instant existential crisis. I'm like, what is the meaning of life that I'm like, what am I doing? I didn't sign up for this. I like woke up this morning. I'm not going to go arm deep in a cow ass like just cuz like. So I bailed. I'm like, nah. But, we're rolling. And for whatever reason, I don't know what possessed you.
Well, because I'm like, there's no other way out. There's no other way out of this. There
mean,
isn't. We're standing there with the girl who just taught us how to do this. She's looking at us like, like, come on, pussies. And the
she's saying all
producers are
this
standing there like, you don't have to, but like, and the cow's asshole is like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is, insert, go inside me. Insert yourself.
Well,
so
and-
I was like, all right, fuck it. Put the glove on.
Well, what's hilarious is the whole time the lady is like barking at me. She's like, come on, be a man. Who's going to be a man? I'm like, clearly you're the man in this situation, lady. Like very,
You are. You're the man.
like obviously you're the man here.
yeah.
Yeah. So Cody,
Lubed up. Made the alligator.
but you didn't look at the asshole.
No. I
Before you
didn't.
went
I
in.
looked away. I got the general like gist of where it was, and then I kind of looked away and like I kind of felt it. I found it with touch.
Yeah.
And I go in, and it's like you kind of get in there to it's like difficult up to the wrist,
Yeah.
and then it just slides.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed that way. Once you got past the hard point, you just locked into that thing.
Yeah.
You wore her like a glove, man.
Yeah.
It was just,
Yeah.
that was just you now.
It took some encouragement though from the lady. She was like, "No, all the way up to the shoulder," and I was like, "I'm in. I did it. Can I leave now?" And she's like, "No, you got to go all the way."
And then like they're running around the cameras like, get his reaction. And I'm so glad I didn't do this because now with you shoulder deep into the cow, you're like drooling from like dry heaving.
I was, yes.
Yeah.
I was fully salivating and drooling.
It's like you were just like,
I was also like blacked out. I blacked out for a second because I was just like, I don't want to remember this. But what I did remember was feeling her uterus.
Oh.
It was fucking crazy. Literally, you could feel like her organs.
Yeah.
And all the, it just felt like,
My
you know,
God,
when
and
in
the cow-
Halloween, they like when they put in a haunted house, they like tell you to put your hand into a bowl of like wet spaghetti or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like that, but it was a lot smoother.
You're doing all that, and that cow is like on the other side, like, oh my god.
Oh my God.
Who is this?
yeah. Oh yeah. What the fuck?
He is in my guts. Oh my god. He's literally mixing my shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I knew I didn't have any walls. Jesus. She's just up there rolling her eyes, just and you're just,
Jesus, he's 3 feet long.
oh my god. Yeah, and you're shoulder deep, and then it comes out. You pull the glove
No.
out.
As I'm coming out, she goes, "Grab some shit on the way out."
No, she
Literally,
didn't.
as
she
I'm at the
didn't.
point where I can feel it clumping up in my hands. It's like collecting there, just without. I know. I'm sorry, but it's like literally, I have to like illustrate how gross this was because as she said that, it was like involuntarily collecting in my hand, anyways. And so I felt it. It just made it so much more real. The fact that she said, "Collect some shit" as it's collecting in my hand. And then I pull it out. It's like, and I just, and then it was on my shirt. And this is actually the shirt
Yeah. So
that I was wearing. I haven't washed it yet.
no, you're forgetting the best part. We go to change, and you're like touching your face. I'm like, dude, did you wash your hands? You're like, oh yeah, I should probably do that. I'm like, yeah, you should definitely do that. Did you just?
We were joking on set about it, it like being quicksand in there or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I get all the way in and I'm like, I'm in. Guys, it's not stopping.
Guys,
it's not stopping.
Guys?
Just slowly like,
yeah,
and then you just see my 2 feet. Like,
yeah.
the whole thing.
just
I
like-
just swallow my entire body.
You're Augustus Gloop, man.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, it's not. And everyone's like laughing on set and like vomiting, and they're all laughing. This is so great. And I'm like, it's not stop. Ah.
Oh my god, dude. What a time.